Hi. All right, so we're going to be talking about Greece and Persia today. Now, before we get started, so I can avoid any kind of silly comments, Persia is a different country than Greece, okay? Remember, and Greece is not a continent, it's a peninsula. All right, so Persia, separate country, has a different empire. Now, we're going to talk about why it matters because although it was large and powerful, the Persian Empire could not defeat the Greeks. They could not win against the Greeks. So we're going to talk about today. Stay tuned.
In the 500s BC, the Persians were building a powerful empire in Southwest Asia. Persia was located in the modern-day country of Iran. A talented king named Cyrus built a strong army and began creating one of the largest empires in the ancient world. Cyrus conquered much of the Southwest Asia. Cyrus let conquered people keep their own customs, religions, languages, and laws. Few people rebelled against him, and his empire remained stable. Cyrus allowed the exiled Jews in Babylon to return to their homeland. So your hot question says, does Cyrus deserve the title of the Great? Why or why not? Take a moment, pause the video, read the biography that says Cyrus the Great. Then look back at your notes and answer your hot question. Again, should be a minimum of 2 sentences, complete sentences, and we will see you later.
All right, guys, so as the Persian Empire expanded, its size made it difficult to manage. So it was huge. And when you have a lot of responsibility or you have a lot of land to look over, it is hard to manage. So Cyrus's grandson, Darius I, divided the empire into provinces ruled by satraps, or what we call governors. And these satraps would collect taxes, they would recruit soldiers, and they judged legal cases. So they had a lot of responsibility, kind of overseeing those provinces. All right, guys, so now we're going to talk about the Persian Wars. And remember, we just talked about Darius, and we're going to talk about why he invaded Greece. This is what ultimately led to the Persian Wars. So, the Greek city-states in the Persian Empire fought for their independence. Remember, they didn't want to be run by someone else. They did want their own independence. That's why we had those city-states. So they were fighting for their independence. And then other Greek city-states joined with them to fight against the Persians. This enraged Darius and caused him to invade Greece for revenge. When Darius invades Greece, this is what leads us to the Persian War. Okay?
All right, guys, so we're getting ready to talk about Greece and talk about its battles with the Persian Empire. So here is where you want to put Greece and Persia. And we're going to talk about a series of 4 battles that constitute this war. Now, in class, we are going to talk in more detail about those. And feel free to look online and find some information about these battles because they are really interesting. And we're going to have a lot of fun with this, but for notes purposes, we got to get the big picture, and then we'll talk about it in class. So the first battle is the Battle of Marathon. And it is a coastal city, and the Persians come from the sea, and they're trying to attack Greece. Athens is the one who comes to defend, and Athens versus Persia for the Battle of Marathon. Led by Darius I, who is King Cyrus's son, and he wants to make his dad's empire bigger. He wants to expand the Persian Empire. There's nowhere to go but west. He has to go try for the mainland of Greece because they own everything all the way back. They control everything all the way over to India. So they have a huge land for their empire. Athens is actually going to be the winner. And this lets people know that the Persian Empire could be defeated. They lost this battle. And the Persians go home for 10 years, but they vow revenge, and they are going to come back to get revenge on the Greeks. Incidentally, the Battle of Marathon is where we get the marathon that's run for 21 miles, and we'll talk about how that works in class. So they come back 10 years later for revenge, and that's going to be at the Battle of Thermopylae. Now, the Battle of Thermopylae is something that you may have seen a movie about. It's the movie 300. Please don't go watch the movie without your parents' permission. It is rated R, so if you're watching it without your parents' permission, that's a no-no. Make sure they know what you're doing. So the Battle of Thermopylae is about the Battle of 300. It's where 300 Spartan soldiers stand their ground, and they have time to come. They give time for the other Greek armies to come and meet them. And united they stand, divided they fall. So all of Greece versus Persia. And this battle is led by Xerxes, who is Darius's son, and he wants revenge on Greece for what they've done. Persia is actually the winner of this battle. The Battle of 300, although they win, nobody else gets there to come help them, but they hold off the army, keep them occupied long enough for the Athenians to go to their Acropolis, to disappear, and go back to safety. They come through, the Persians burn all of Athens to the ground, but the Athenians escape because the Spartans caused that delay so that they could live and fight another day. And another day does come for this battle. This is going to be the Battle of Salamis, the Athenian navy versus the Persian navy. This is a huge battle that is one of my favorites to talk about, and which we will in class. But the Athenian navy is much stronger than the Spartan army, and the Spartan army is much stronger than the Athenian navy. So each city-state is providing men to fight in different battles. Sparta helped out on land, and now Athens is going to help out on water. So at the Battle of Salamis, it's going to be Athens is going to be the winner. And Xerxes is going to watch as his fleet gets burned to pieces out in the Bay of Salamis, and we'll see that, and we'll talk about it in class. But what's really cool about this is that the Persian navy was almost completely destroyed, and it's because the Athenians, who are great sailors, have better boats, better maneuverable, and they're able to take out the whole Persian army. They are basically destroyed. Almost all of King Darius, almost all of Xerxes' navy is destroyed. Athens definitely comes out on top. There's all but one little battle left. And you know how when you're about to lose, but you want to try really hard one more time, and you don't want to lose, and you're really working to try to win, that's where Xerxes was. He's like, I am not going to lose. I'm going one more time. I'm going to fight one more time. So he gathers what he does have left of his men and his ships, which is very few, and we'll talk specifics in class. But all of Greece unites together, and now they defeat the Persian army once and for all at the Battle of Plataea. Athens is the winner for this battle, and the Greeks defeat the Persians after all. And so what this does is it lets everybody in the world at this time know that even though the Persian army is the greatest army and the biggest empire in the world at this time, they can be defeated and they can fall. United we stand, divided we fall. All right, guys, let's see what happens next. All right, guys, so let's talk about the end of that and how it happens. So after the war, Athens becomes the most powerful polis, most powerful city-state. And Athens and all of Greece is going to enjoy a golden age. Remember, that's the pinnacle at the top when everything is the best. Under their leader, Pericles, which rhymes with Hercules, so we can think of it as being the very best. Pericles is their leader when Greeks in their golden age, and they become the center of Greek culture. If you wanted to do anything amazing, write, draw, build, you went to Greece to do that. The Persian army was no longer strong enough to defend its entire empire, and the Persian people grew unhappy with their empire, and they began to revolt from within and from without. All the people that Cyrus had conquered in the first place decided they wanted to be free again. They didn't want to be part of the Persian Empire. And Persia became open to outside attacks and inside attacks. And when you can't keep everybody united, your kingdom will fall. And that's what happens to the Persian army. So Athens is on the way up, doing amazing things, having their golden age, and Persia is on the way down. And that's the way it rolls, people. Civilizations come and go. All right, see you in class.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about Greece and Persia. Persia is a different country, okay? So let's just get that in your mind. It's a different country. So we're going to be talking about why it matters. So it matters because although it was a large and powerful... What? That doesn't make sense. Although it was a large and powerful... Okay. Does that make sense?